my dear students. I am Javed Ahmed from SRM Welkin High Secondary School Sopore. Today we are going to discuss about the very important and interesting topic of physics that is usually taught in class 9th and 11th as well as that's momentum. Momentum can be defined as the quantity of motion contained in a body. How much the motion possessed by a body, that is momentum. As we know that quantity of motion in a body can be produced or destroyed by the application of force on it. Therefore, momentum of a body is measured by the force required to stop a moving body. It depends upon two things. One is the mass of a body. When a ball and a big piece of stone are allowed to fall from some height, we find that a much greater force is required to stop the big piece of stone than the ball. Thus, we can conclude that the larger the mass of a body, greater is its linear momentum. So we can say, my dear students, the momentum of a body depends upon the mass. Heavier the body, more will be the momentum, as it is directly proportional to the momentum. That's we can say here, we can write it as that is momentum P is directly proportional to M. Greater the mass of a body, greater will be the momentum. Second thing, it depends upon the velocity of a body. A bullet thrown with the hand can be stopped much more easily than the same bullet fired from a gun. This is because in the latter case, the velocity is much larger. Therefore, the larger the velocity of a body, greater is its linear momentum. That's why we say that the velocity of a body is also responsible for the momentum of a body. So here we can represent it as that is momentum is also directly proportional to velocity. Or in a nutshell, we can say the momentum of a body depends upon its mass and velocity of the body. It is measured as the product of mass into velocity. As we know, momentum is a vector quantity. It is represented by the letter P with the arrow headed. All the quantities which are vectors are having magnitude as well as direction. That's why I have shown here the arrow is equal to the mass into velocity. So we can say momentum is a vector quantity. Its direction is along the direction of velocity. So the SI unit of momentum is, as we know that the momentum depends upon mass into velocity, so we can say its SI unit will be kg meter per second, because the unit of mass is kg and the unit of velocity is meter per second. So the unit of momentum is kg meter per second. So it was all about the momentum of a body. Suppose we have a body which is at rest. We can say its momentum is zero, because momentum is the term which is associated with the moving bodies. As the body is in rest, its velocity is zero. So we can write here it as P will be equal to the body is having mass, but its velocity is zero. So anything multiplied by the zero is equal to zero. So its momentum is 0 kg meter per second. So all those bodies which are having a motion will possess momentum. Thank you. It was all about the momentum.